I'm Lianne Duran.
And I'm Katie Webb.
And we're from Bridgeland High School located in Houston, Texas.
Today we are presenting our Certified Autistic Specialist Health Career Display.
From this project, my partner and I were able to understand that autistic children have their own pattern that make up who they are. Just like puzzles, they have pieces that fit their own distinctive shape. Certified Autistic Specialists have the duty to make individualized plans that create a successful lifestyle for each of their patients.
Because the spectrum is so widespread, CASs have many opportunities within this field. After high school, it takes 7 years to earn this certification with a minimum of a master's degree along with volunteer work and also work experience.
People who go into this profession choose to spend time with these kids out of the generosity of their heart. So benefits include the opportunity to make a better life for those who need guidance and raising awareness for mental disabilities and their standard of care. On the other hand, frustration and emotional weight can also be caused by this job, but only those with big hearts can fulfill this role.
We were lucky enough to sit down and interview our life skills director at our high school, trying to scope out the different ways students are treated and opportunities that are presented in this program. Ms. Kimberly Collier works directly with all sorts of mental disabilities, majority of those with autism. Life skills is one example of an individualized building blocks that directly build on one's strengths in place of their weaknesses.
So after thorough research, we understood that there's a lot of toys and tools used in therapy. So many autistic specialists give early age patients with a variety of toys to experiment with. Like for example, we have sand that is a unique texture that keeps their attention, and mobile toys like these cars here provide cognitive development, introduction to reasoning, and motion. Building blocks, on top of that, imitate structures, building, and the breaking of them.
Play-Doh can be used to spark their creativity, while any bright colored toys will work on their memorization. Puzzles also work on their reasoning skills, and playing in a group setting can work on social cues, speech skills, and their vocabulary.
So towards the end of our interview, we were able to ask Ms. Collier one final question. How does this profession make you feel personally? And her response brought her to immediate tears, and it was very heartwarming, and it really concluded all we really needed to know. The thin line between holding their hand through every step of the way or allowing them to fend for themselves is pretty thin, but the most rewarding feeling is seeing their joy after accomplishing a simple task that we never would have thought twice about.
The importance of this career is very applicable to our world today, as ASD now affects 1 in every 68 children. But before we continue to look ahead, we feel like it is important to take a step back. Beginning in 1912, autism used to be described as a form of schizophrenia. This sociological indifference went on for many years, people assuming that those with severe autism only had one place: mental asylums. There was no hope for them, and this social stigma still stains our world today.
So in order to counteract that, we wish to raise awareness to our mental disabilities. Illustrated by our silhouette of a human, here's a spectrum split into 3 different levels. High-functioning autism is those who may be diagnosed due to small disruptions like unpredictable social behavior. Level 2 consists of those who have support for their behaviors but also require some more guidance in communicative manners. And at the top level, generally consists of severe autism, where patients have mannerisms and lack of cognitive senses that disrupt their daily lives.
Bringing recognition to this profession was something very personal to me, and we cannot fathom how challenging it must be for these professionals to build their lives around a disorder that has no instruction manual. My cousin had autism, and he was born in a time that autism was looked down upon, and there wasn't any resources with autism to grow. Verbal communication with my cousin was limited because he was never given the resources. Seeing how in just 50 years time period, there has been a growth in opportunities for autistic children to live as a normal life as possible. This warms my heart, and I can only imagine the possibilities my cousin could have had if he was born in this time period.
So in conclusion, the wide disconnection between society and mental disabilities stems from the lack of basic understanding of the general public. Our society continues to look blindly through the lenses of social stigmas that disable our own understanding of the truth. With all the possibilities of shapes and sizes, there's only one pattern that fits us. The sole role of certified autism specialists is to use these pieces and form a picture. Except there's a catch. There isn't any instructions manual.